feel me? It's like females say they not going, but in reality they just going for the right nigga. They just not going for you. You know what I'm saying? She might turn down 20 niggas in a row. Let that one nigga that she really want to get hit by come up to her, she's going.
Just a word of advice out there to y'all, man. If a woman tells you that she's abstinent or celibate and it's not for religious reasons, I got some news for you, buddy. She's abstinent or celibate for you. For you. If the right dude come along, she is no longer abstinent. She's not celibate. She's not waiting on nothing. She only making you wait. Right? Now, I'm not advocating that everybody be thotting around and busting it open. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if a woman tells you that she's celibate and it's not for religious reasons, it's just because she just got a feeling that she want to be, she is about to run you through the mud, buddy.
Welcome, fellas. Classes in session. As you can see, man, most chicks are going, bro. And that's what a lot of you guys don't know. A lot of you guys don't understand that most chicks are going because they're not going for you. So if you're not if you're not getting choosing signals, if you're not getting chose, you think chicks don't choose, right? That's why when I was cooked, I was always thinking like, oh man, these chicks are innocent, man. They don't really be doing shit just because it wasn't happening to me, right? You got to realize that just because some shit's not happening to you doesn't mean that shit's not happening. Because in reality, most chicks are going for someone. Like I said, a lot of people don't realize that most chicks have like a prototype or whatever. But like on IG, you know, girls are posting their story like, oh, I need a God-fearing man who's 6 foot, who has this, and they have all these standards, right? This whole standard list. But then, you know, they hitting my friend up, they hit me up and shit like that first, right? And they trying to link up and stuff like that. But they're reposting stuff that's like, oh man, got to approach first, or why aren't men approaching me, and all this other shit, right? So it's all about you being that dude, right? When you're that dude, the chick's gonna approach you first, and you're gonna realize that yeah, chicks do choose. And by the way, with that abstinent and that celibate stuff that a lot of chicks say, listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. I'm not gonna say like 90% and shit like that. I'm gonna just say all. Chicks are never abstinent, bro. Listen, they're never abstinent. I don't care what nobody says. They're never fucking abstinent, bro. I don't want to hear that shit, or celibate or whatever. Unless you count celibate like 2 weeks, 2 months. That like the longest chick will be celibate, maybe 2 months, but they always got someone in their phone. They always got some kind of backup in their phone, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I remember there was a chick. She would always post on her story, religious stuff. You know, she was celibate, this, that. She was abstinent. You know, she was focusing and looking for the right dude. And then I remember she had flew out to come see me, bro. You know, just to link up. So we linked up, man. And still on her story, she was saying she was abstinent, celibate, and stuff like that after we linked and shit like that. Like, she literally flew out to come see me because she wanted to see me or whatever. And linked up. And, you know, obviously it would be hard to know that shit because she did that shit low key. You know what I'm saying? She was only in town for a weekend or whatever. So a lot of people would even know that shit. So on her story, she's still putting that out that, oh, you know, abstinent, this is that. And a lot of people be believing that shit. But when you're on game, when you get older, you already know, like, when you have experience, you know that, yeah, this chick's not abstinent. And that's why a lot of you guys will comment stuff like, you don't understand women. I found a girl who's celibate and abstinent. That's what she's telling your ass, right? Because it's very easy for her to abstain from you because she's not really attracted to you, right? There's no genuine desire there. So it's easy to be like, okay, yeah, I might give it up on the 6th date to this nigga. Like, that's what she's thinking because she's not going for you. The thing is, man, like, the entire genuine desire thing takes, like, it changes all these standards. It changes all these requirements that chicks have because when they get in the moment, when they got some liquor in their system, is this shit crooked this whole time? When they got some liquor in their system, you know what I mean? Or they see someone who's their type and that person hits them up first, or that person is responding to their DM and stuff like that, they act different, right? They act different because emotions get involved. Once emotions get involved, logic goes out the window. That's why you see a lot of chicks with, you know, a lot of single moms out there, a lot of baby moms out there because, you know, they were like, oh, these are my standards. And then some dude that they were super attracted to in the moment, you know, just obviously busting them or whatever, and then they have a kid. Like, that's what ends up happening. So y'all need to realize, just because a chick's not going for your ass, all right, doesn't mean she's not going, bro. All right, like, these chicks are overly going out here. Like, they're like, once they see that dude, listen, especially with that body game shit. Once they see a dude who's in shape, got a clean cut, you feel what I'm saying? Walks with confidence, doesn't really care about outcomes and shit like that. They're literally gonna be all over that dude. You see what I'm saying? Now they might not be all over you. So you're thinking like, okay, they don't do that shit. She's innocent. That's not true, bro. And a lot of the times, all of the dating shit and stuff like that, most of that stuff is low key. anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of chicks don't want to be like posted unless they're just outside and nobody cares. But a lot of chicks don't want you to be posting them on their page and stuff like that because they just want to go out and have fun and stuff like that. They like to do low key stuff. That's why chicks used to hit me up because I was always on some low key shit. You know what I mean? It's like 3 a.m. You know, everybody sleep. Nobody knows that she's sliding to my place and shit like that. They like to be on that low key sneaky shit a lot of times because they want to have their fun at the end of the day, right? So yeah, man, there's a lot of chicks out there that people think don't go. Like I've seen so many chicks like on Facebook getting married, all these different things, and the guy putting a long message like, "Oh my gosh, she's amazing, she's this, she's that," all this stuff, and you know, I'm like, that's not what I remember her as, but okay, cool. Or she's been absent for this, she was waiting for me, and I was like, she hasn't been absent in that long. Like all these things that I see over and over again. To just you know, like you guys just have to realize female nature. Like it's very similar to how we are when we see a chick. We're like, yo, I'm trying to smash. Chicks are the same way. When they see something they're attracted to, they're going to be interested in it and they're going to act on it. A lot of guys just don't know this stuff. That's why I'm bringing it up, right? And the whole getting flown out stuff, flying out stuff. Like when a chick sees something she wants, she's gonna make it happen. She's gonna find that dude. She's gonna be locked in with that dude. She's gonna chase that dude because, like I said in my other video, a lot of you guys are like, man, should I chase chicks? Should I not, bro? Chicks don't run from who they want. So if you're chasing, that means she doesn't want you. All right, it's very simple. They usually chase dudes that they do want. And all of you guys on Body Game already know that shit. They're starting conversations. They're following you around the gym. They might follow you around the grocery store. They might DM me first on Instagram. Once I started getting DM first on Instagram, I finally realized like, oh my gosh, like chicks really shoot their shots. Of course, first it started off as it was just like, the chicks weren't, it was like, the chicks are not that attractive. They're like 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. But then you get some baddies, some verified chicks with 15 million followers, 1 million followers, 2 million followers, like baddies and shit like that, hitting you up and like messaging you first. And then you see that happen to your friends too. It's like, for me and my friends, they were overly going for us. Because, I mean, we were all over the Explore page. And we were them niggas, like, for real. It just is what it is. So they were overly going for us. So it's like, I realized at that moment, like, oh, shit. Like, they're really going for us. And then I would see those same chicks post up in their story or whatever. Like, oh, I need a God-fearing man, this, that. They don't mean any of that shit. Once they see some dude that they're interested in, they're just ready to do whatever, man. All the logic, all the standards, all the requirements, all that shit goes out the window. All logic goes out the window. It's all emotion after that. All right. So, like I said, man, with the abstinent and the celibate thing, a lot of times they say that, like I said, they're not interested in you. So it's easy for them to say that to you. Because it's like, okay, yeah, I could wait 30 days before I smash this dude. I'm not interested in him. That's how they're thinking. You see what I'm saying? Versus they see a dude that they really want. They're like, oh, we're not doing anything. And I'm like, I didn't say we're doing anything. But they're so interested in the connection is there, the chemistry is there, the genuine desire is there that we might end up doing something anyways. So that's the reality of things. I'm just putting y'all on game because I don't know why y'all don't know this shit. Y'all should know this shit by now. All right, y'all should know this shit. Y'all should know because and like when I go live and the questions I get, I see you guys ask these questions too. Like, nah, man, she said she's celibate. She's not interested, bro. Leave. Or nah, man, she said she doesn't really do that on the first date. It's you, bro. It's you. She's just not interested in you. Or you did something wrong or you don't got no aura. Because I'm telling you, bro. I am telling you, when a chick is interested in you, bro, like they will get an Airbnb. They'll drive to you. It doesn't matter if it's 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, or whatever. That's why like abundance mindset will take you to that place. Because I remember talking. Because here's the thing: once you get to a point where like you're not just controlled by chicks and like controlled by outcomes, you're gonna realize that you have to start testing chicks. All right. Me and my boys would be testing chicks. So I remember I think I was like talking like, this was like that. I was like, I'm only trying to talk to one chick. So I think I was talking to like 4 chicks or something like that. DMing like 4 chicks. I mean, they DM'd me first, but anyways, I was DMing like 4 chicks and I was like, okay, we're going to see genuine desire just based off this. So I was like, all right. I think I told all of them like, oh, you're trying to slide to my place. This is that. 2 of them were like, I don't know if I can tonight. One of them was like, it's a little, probably another day. I'm a little busy tonight. The other one is like, yeah, I'll slide. You feel me? I'll slide. I'll drive. Right? You know what I mean? And then the next day, one of the chicks was like, oh, it's too far or whatever. If a chick says any distance is too far, she's not interested enough. Because when a chick is interested, she will drive literally fucking 16 hours, 8 hours. It doesn't fucking matter. Right? It is what it is, and they'll cook or do whatever you want them to do because they are genuinely interested. It is that simple, guys. All right, so be around chicks who have genuine interest. If you don't, you're going to start believing these TikTok videos that you see about these requirements, like, oh my God, her standards are so high. Obviously they're not, because look at who cracked in the past. That simple. Anyways, link is in the description. I'm also starting one-on-one calls with for like dating and stuff like that, because I already had some. I did some business coaching calls too, but I was intending to do a business coaching call, but some dude was like, nah, bro, I need like advice on this chick and that chick. And then it ended up being, the whole hour was that. So link is in the description for that as well. Y'all stay blessed.